The air on the forested moon of Telvarian was thick with the scent of wildflowers and ozone. Rain had passed only hours ago, leaving glistening droplets on every leaf and vine. Captain Jace Renner, a human from Earth's Interstellar Exploration Corps, adjusted his damp collar and scanned the dense foliage. His boots squelched softly with every step. "This better not be another false reading," he muttered, brushing aside a vine that tried to cling to his shoulder. His tracker blinked green. The signal was close. Telvarian had been listed as an uninhabited moon, yet Jace's sensors had picked up an energy signature too refined to be natural. Orders were to investigate and report, nothing more. But when he finally pushed past the final barrier of trees and stumbled into a clearing, he froze. There, bathing in the crystalline stream, was a girl. Not just any girl. Her skin shimmered faintly like moonlight on water, and her long, silver lavender hair floated around her in the current. She was of a humanoid race, but distinctly alien. Her ears tapered to points, and her eyes, when she opened them in shock, glowed faintly pink. She gasped, "Turn around, human." Jace's face flushed as he immediately spun on his heel, stumbling backward into a tree. "I'm sorry," he said quickly, hands raised as if surrendering to the breeze. "Didn't know anyone was here. Sensors said this moon was abandoned." Behind him, there was a flurry of splashes and rustling fabric. "You're trespassing," her voice came, calmer now, but firm. "This moon is sacred to my people." Jace turned slowly, careful to keep his gaze respectfully above her shoulders. She now stood cloaked in what looked like woven starlight, a translucent shawl that shimmered more than it covered. "You don't look like a soldier," she said, eyes narrowing. "I'm not. Scout. Explorer," Jace replied, still watching his footing more than her form. "Captain Jace Renner of Earth's IEC." She stepped forward, her expression wary but curious. "My name is Illyria," she said. "Of the Solari." He blinked. "The Solari are extinct. At least, that's what the records say." Her gaze sharpened. "Records written by humans." "Touché," Jace admitted, a hint of amusement in his voice. Illyria's cheeks flushed the soft hue of rose quartz. She looked away. "You saw me," she murmured, "before I told you to turn." Jace rubbed the back of his neck awkwardly. "It wasn't intentional. I really thought the place was empty." Her expression was unreadable. "You didn't ogle." "Well, I'm trying not to die out here. Offending a forest goddess isn't on my to-do list." A chuckle escaped her lips, light and musical, and Jace relaxed slightly. They sat near the stream as the sun dipped behind the canopy, the sky above turning a dreamy purple. Illyria remained wary but seemed intrigued. She told him that after her people fled their dying world, only a few stayed behind on sacred moons like Telvarian to guard the ancient knowledge. "We're caretakers," she said, "of what remains of our kind." "And I'm just the clumsy explorer who stumbled into your bath," Jace said, half apologetic, half amused. Illyria blushed again and didn't deny it. Over the next few days, Jace returned, not by order, but by instinct. Something about Illyria pulled him back. They talked, laughed. Sometimes she teased him gently, brushing past him with the soft rustle of her silken garb, or challenging him with riddles spoken in a language older than Earth's continents. Other times, they sat in silence as stars blinked overhead. But every time he got too close, she'd stiffen and say, "Turn around, human." And every time, her blush gave her away. She was guarded, something had wounded her, deeply. Jace sensed it in the way she flinched from loud noises, or the way her gaze lingered on his sidearm before relaxing. Still, she let him in, slowly, like light through cracked stone. One evening, as silver fireflies danced between the trees, Jace asked her, "Why are you alone, Illyria?" She hesitated. I was chosen to protect the last library. The heartroot tree holds our final memories. Our truths. I volunteered. He tilted his head. You gave up your people for books. She nodded solemnly. They are not just books. They are our soul. And I didn't give up my people. They gave up on themselves. That night, Jace offered her a small metal sphere. When she took it, it flickered to life, projecting a hologram of Earth's oceans, deep, vast, and alive. She gasped. You have blue seas. Vast ones, he said, watching her wonder with a smile. Maybe one day you'll see them. But peace was never meant to last. On the 6th day, Jace's comlink blared. A transmission from his orbiting ship. Command had intercepted his logs. Unauthorized energy readings meant backup was en route. Armed backup. They think it's alien tech, Jace said grimly. It is, Illyria whispered, panic flashing in her luminous eyes. But it's sacred. They'll ruin it. He stood, pacing. I'll talk to them. Explain. You don't understand, Jace. They won't listen. They never do. Please, don't let them come here. For the first time, she grabbed his hand. And for the first time, she didn't say, turn around. I won't let them hurt you, he promised. When the ship landed 2 days later, Jace stood in front of the heartroot tree, hands out. Behind him, Illyria was hidden within the glowing roots of the tree, its violet sap swirling protectively around her. Stand down, Captain, barked Lieutenant Hale, disembarking with 4 armored troopers. You're interfering with an authorized extraction. You're not taking it, Jace said firmly. Orders are orders. I've seen what's here. It's not a weapon. It's not tech. It's history. A living memory of a dying people. And you've gone native, Hale muttered, stepping forward. Jace drew his sidearm. Back away. For a moment, it looked like Hale might push. But then a sudden pulse of light radiated from the heartroot tree, and the soldiers all recoiled. What the hell was that? One gasped. She's protecting herself, Jace said, eyes never leaving Hale. You won't get through. A tense silence followed. Then, Hale gestured to his men. This is beyond our grade. Let's radio HQ. Let the suits deal with it. As they left, Illyria stepped out from the tree, the light fading behind her. You protected me, she whispered. I said I would. She looked at him, eyes brimming. You didn't turn around this time. I didn't want to. And this time, she didn't blush, she stepped forward, standing on her toes, and kissed him. It was like the forest itself sighed in relief. A month later, Jace filed his final report from his private cabin on Telvarian. Command had quarantined the moon, citing unstable flora. The tree, and Illyria, were safe. He closed his tablet and looked up. Illyria sat beside the stream, toes dipped in the water, silver hair catching the golden sun. She turned to him and smirked. If you're going to stare, human, at least be useful and gather some fruit. Jace laughed. You didn't tell me to turn around this time. I don't mind, she said softly, blush returning. Not anymore. He walked toward her, heart full. She still wore the stars, and he still wore Earth's colors. But somehow, they had found something in each other no scanner could detect, belonging. And Telvarian, sacred moon of forgotten stories, had one more tale to remember.